All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the video walkthrough of your loops and song structure project. This is a big one. This is one where we get really into the nitty gritty of making some music, which is hopefully going to be very exciting and fun for you guys. I'll walk you through the project real quick. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible. This one's going to require a lot more creativity on your part. It's not just pressing buttons. It's actually creating some music. So let's get started. Our focus is to learn the basics of structure and learn a little bit more about your DAW Logic Pro and where the loops are. You've used loops before, but we're going to really dive into them here. You're going to deliver, deliverables is what I call what you turn in, two things, okay? A Logicx project file, just like we did in the introduction project, and an MP3 bounce of your finished song. By the end of this project, by the end of this whatever timeline you're on, you will have a song that you made that's all yours, that you get to keep and distribute as you will. Put it on your phone, listen to it in the car, whatever you want. You're going to do that. You're going to start right now. Overview of the project. Oh, I've already been over that. All right, here's your goals. You're going to use Logic loops to create a full song in a thing we call song form. If you have not yet read the chapter about structure that goes deep into structure, song form, what all of this stuff means. So if anything I say in this video seems foreign to you, do make sure that you have reviewed all of that information. Okay, and by the end of it, we are going to save, name, bounce, and turn in our projects. Requirements. This is the important part. Remember, this is what you're graded on. So come back to this at all points. Come back to this. Here's the three requirements. Your song needs to be 64 bars or measures long. I'll show you how to measure that when we get into our DAW. Your song needs to contain at least 4 separate tracks. It just so happens that we are going to use these exact 4 tracks that I like to call the elements of music: drums, bass, harmony, and melody. I will show you how to make those 4 tracks with 4 different loops in a minute. And most importantly, the whole point of this project, besides learning about loops, your song needs to be in song form. A, B, A prime, B, C, B, B. Verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, chorus, however you want to say it. The form that most pop songs are in, song form. Let's get right into it. Okay, obviously your first thing, you need to watch this video. It's very important. If you don't, you're probably not making a good grade, but we can laugh at those people because they're not here watching the video. If you're here watching the video, you're going to make a good grade. Good for you. Okay, we're going to open a new Logic project. Here's how we do that. Here's Logic Pro. Quick little tip. I thought I'd introduce this in the second one. You see this little dot next to Logic Pro? That means it's open. So if I went and clicked Logic Pro, nothing would happen. Eagle-eyed viewers may see that the name of the currently open application changed. So look, I'm in preview. And now when I click Logic Pro, all of a sudden I'm in Logic Pro. If that happens to you, you need to hit File and hit New, right? That means Logic is open, but there's no project open. So if you want a project open, you got to open one. We'll hit File and we'll hit New. We're going to start with just an audio track. That's fine. And actually, I'm going to do a software instrument just so I don't mess up my microphone. I'm doing some interesting stuff here. I'm going to shrinky dink this, just like I did with the last project, so that we can kind of have both of these things open at the same time. I'm going to hide that sidebar so we can see a little better after I shrink. Cool. So I'm just going to keep that right there and then keep our project here so we can kind of work at the same time. Feel free to do this. A really cool thing to do would be for you to have this open and then maybe even put the video you're watching right now on the side while you work. Hey, that's a good idea. All right, loops. We're going to use loops in this thing. So we messed around with this before, but if you forgot, this little menu right here is called the loops menu. It's got a list of, mine has 30,000 different little snippets of music, just so many, organized in a lot of different ways. We're going to get right into that here. All right, so the idea of this one is that you're going to make multiple different sections, and you're going to use those sections and arrange them into a form. The multiple different sections we're calling A, B, C, maybe even an A prime, which we'll talk about. And then we're going to copy and paste those sections around in order to meet our requirement length of 64 bars. So just to get an idea, 64 bars is, if I was to shrink this real nice and tiny, that is 64 bars, right? And so if I went back to the view we were at before, that's about how long your song is to be. Seems like a long way, but it's not going to be, because we're going to do it in sections. Okay, so the way that I walk you through this in the instructions is really kind of sparse. Most of the details can be here. I'm not going to actually sit here and walk you through the entire step-by-step project, because there's a lot of creative decisions to be made, but I will give you a couple hints. Again, trying to keep this pretty short. In the loops menu, you can sort by instrument type like this. You can sort by genre, or you can sort by these different descriptors. I usually use instrument, and the easiest way to get started creating a new song for me is to put down the beat, the drum beat. So I'm going to hit all drums. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and listen to whatever sounds interesting to me, like Bended Knee Beat 1. And I chose well. I like that one a lot. I'm going to drag Bended Knee Beat 1 into my workspace here. I've never seen this. Apparently, if you drag it here, you can create new tracks. Wow. But I'm just going to drag it right here, and it'll automatically create a new track for me. Now, I had this electric piano. We're not going to use that, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And here we can see I've already got my first little bit of my song. Now that I have the percussion track, I'm going to try to find something, we call this the harmony track, something that's a lot of chords, so multiple notes played at once, something that's maybe really long and drawn out and just establishes kind of a certain mood. You'll hear that word a lot in the next project. So I'm going to look around maybe in the vibes section for that, something that I think goes with that beat. Ooh, there we go. I like that. I'm going to try needle drop vibes too. Just going to drag that in there too. I'll let the drum beat play for a second and then let needle drop vibes 02 come in. It should sound like this. Yeah, I like that so far. Great. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue doing this until I have what I think I would consider an A section put together. Remember, you need 4 different tracks. So a quick hint of what I think the other 2 tracks should be. We've got our beat. We've got our harmony. What else do I say we need here? We need a bass. We need a melody. Okay. Bass is really easy because we can just go find bass in maybe the bass. I'm going to even hit synthetic bass. This vibe track happens to be in a minor key. I just know that. You probably don't yet. If you do, look for minor loops. If not, do whatever sounds right. There's no wrong answers here. Just pick something you think sounds cool. That's something. Let's try that. Yeah, I'm liking where I'm going here. So as you can see, I've already kind of got an A section together. What I'm going to call an A section, I'm going to make it about 8 bars long. Okay. The A section is this. This is my A section. Okay. So what I'm going to do with my A section, and actually let's add one more thing, maybe a melody over top of it. I'm going to go in the mallets, keep it in minder. That works. Let's see if it works actually. Okay, this is my A section now. It's 8 bars long. You can see I start with my drums. That all comes in. My A section, I'm going to signify as an A section by giving it a color. I'm going to show hide colors and make the A section red. Great, that's my A section. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, I'm going to make a B section. A B section is something that's completely different. One thing that I will show you that is a good cheat is to just reuse the same drums. We're going to reuse the same drums throughout the whole thing, even though B section should be different. we'll reuse them. So I'll do that easily by just copying. I can just right click and I should be able to hit copy. Doesn't want me to copy. If I go up to edit, I should be able to hit copy. For some reason that's not there. And then I can paste it right there. Great. I'm going to build my B section now with entirely different loops. So I'll just come back when the B section is ready. All right, I'm back and I have created my B section. Here's a reminder of what the A section sounds like. The B section sounds, I would say, completely different. That's going to be my B section. I like that little echoey tambourine. I'm going to highlight all of these, and once again, I'm going to change them to a different color to signify that this is my B section. I'm using this red and this weird green. Okay, here's where it gets kind of cool, because you might think, oh my gosh, we're only 16 bars done. I got to go all the way to 65. But wait, remember that we're going to use song form, which is this: A, B, A prime, B, C, B, B. We've already made A and B. So now to make A prime, all we have to do is copy A. Again, why is it not right there? I have to go up here and hit edit copy. We're going to paste, excuse the keyboard shortcut, A. And now we've just expanded by another 8 bars, and A is back. So far we've got A, B, A. To make it A prime, we're going to change something. You can do one of two things. You can either take something out or add something or make something different. I'm going to add something. I know that there's some cool vocal samples in Logic, so I'm going to find one that I like.
Trying hard to remember.
Why not?
Trying hard to
I'm just going to kind of drag some random Andre lyrics in here and see what he says when I do that. He might say something a little weird. Who knows? I'm just going to drag 4 of these random Andre lyrics in and see what he says. All right, here is now A prime, which is A red with the something different. This is the A prime section. Let's see what it sounds like.
trying hard to remember.
Girl.
Come on. Come on.
Okay, I like that. That's fun. I'm going to change that to the same color as the rest of my A section, so that it kind of matches, just to make everything look nice and pretty. There you go. All right, so we got A, B, A prime. Wow, here's the exciting part. What comes after A prime? It's B again. Guess what? We've already created B. So all I have to do is come in here and copy B. I'm going to paste it there. And already we have got all the way, we're halfway there. Now, you might be able to project that I might not quite make 65 bars if I use my A, B, A prime, B, C, C, B, blah, 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 song form. That's because my sections are very short. Just as a quick disclaimer, we'll get right back to making this. I'll show you how to finish it out. I am putting very little effort into this because I'm trying to make the video as short as possible. You're going to have a big chunk of time to make the best song possible. My goal is not to make the best songs, to make the best instructional video. So I'm doing this really quick. I need you to spend a lot of time on this. Listen to there's 30,000 of these things. Listen to as many as you can. Really try a bunch of different combinations. Spend some time making the best music you can. I say this somewhere down here, but and actually I don't think I do in this project, but I'll just say it to the camera here. All of this music is going to be compiled at the end of the year, and you're going to have a folder full of things you did, and you don't want a stinker in there because you decided you wanted to rush through the project. Okay, so you have the luxury of a lot of time to work on this, so make the music cool, make it something you're proud of. Hopefully I don't sound too hippy dippy saying that, but really there's no reason not to make the best music you can if you've got the luxury of this nice setup, this nice DAW, these instructions, everything you need at your disposal here. Make some cool music. I'm actually not going to finish showing you how to do this because it's pretty self-explanatory. I got A, B, A prime, and B. C is just another new section. So just like B was a new section, C is a new section. You're going to make a new section that's completely different, and then you're going to go back through and copy your B section over twice. BB, chorus, chorus. So the chorus of my song is this part right here. That's the chorus. Now, that's not a very good chorus, but again, like we just talked about, I'm not trying to make the best music. If I wanted to make the best chorus, maybe I put some more vocals in there. Maybe I'll see what Bailey has to say, and I'll just drag her in there, you know? Shake your body now. Okay, I don't like Bailey as much as I liked Andre, so we're going to delete her. But keep moving like this until you've put your song into song form. And just, again, before you finish, go back and make sure you've got these 3 requirements. 64 bars, 4 separate tracks. We hit 4 tracks easy. 64 bars we're working to hit. And then song form, which we are on our way to. Okay, last thing I need to show you in this video is how to bounce something. So quick review of what we did last time to save. I hit save as. I'm going to navigate to my desktop, to my project files, little folder there, and I'm going to name this project what it says right here, which is my name, Song Form Project. And that's what we're going to call it. You know what? I'm just realizing that there's a mistake in my project file here. I want you to name this. I want you to give your song a name. So I'm going to name mine after one of the lyrics that Andre sings. I'm going to name this song Trying Hard to Remember. So I'm going to call it Mr. Price, Trying Hard. Let's just call it Trying Hard. We're going to call it Trying Hard. That's the name of my song. And then I'm going to call it Song Form Project at the end. This way we know who you are, what your song is titled, and what project you're doing. Make sure that saves in project files and hit save. Go into your project files and zip that just like we did with our last one. We're going to zip that by compressing it. And this is not going to work because I still have it open, but let's actually stop for a second. I've forgotten that you can't compress something while it's still open. Let's go ahead and bounce this, and then we'll go back and compress it. Bouncing means to take your song and turn it into an audio file. I'm going to go over this quickly in a bunch of other videos, but I'll do it in detail here. You hit File, and you hit Bounce, and then you're going to hit Bounce Project or Section. You can also just hit Command B. Command's the key next to the space bar. B is B. You hit Command B, or bounce. For this particular project, we're going to bounce this as an MP3 file. So I want you to uncheck PCM, check MP3. Couple things you need to think about when you're bouncing. Most important, your bounce will start where you tell it to and end where you tell it to. So if you want it to start at the beginning, make sure it's ones all the way across the board like that. And where I want mine to end, because you can see my project ends here neatly at 33 bars, is I'm going to end mine at 33 bars. Yours should hopefully be over 64 because that was the requirement of the project. So I'm going to bounce the first 33 bars of mine. Everything else can be left kind of how it is, offline, include the audio tail and tempo information. Normalize is fine. Resolution 24 is fine, no dithering. And then we just hit OK. Now it'll bring up a save dialog box just like when we save. And again, very importantly, make sure you put this in a location where you can find it later. It should have the same name as what you saved it as, which is good. And I'm going to put mine in desktop final bounces. Once I hit bounce, a little bouncing timeline will come up. Might take yours a little bit longer. And after I do that, I can now close this. Now that the project's closed, I can come back and compress my project file. Should compress it easy, no problem now. So I've got the project file compressed, the zip archive. And if I come into my final bounces, you will see my MP3. An MP3 is an audio file. You could take this and put it on your phone, play it in your car, send it to your mama, do whatever you want with it. Put it on SoundCloud. I don't care what you do. It's your song. You made it. If you made it out of loops, it's all royalty free, copyright free. It's yours. But sell it. I don't care, right? It's your song. You just wrote a song. Isn't that cool? Might have taken you all week, but you did it. I can even double click it and it should open in Apple Music here. That's my song. I just made that song. Cool. So you're going to do the same thing. When you are done, you should have 2 deliverables showing you right here, a zip file of your project and an MP3. All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have fun with this project. Have fun making music. Get at it.